What's up, guys? I want to talk to you today about how and why the road to heaven feels like hell, and also the opposite is that the road to hell feels like heaven. And you know, when you go on your journey to making your dreams a reality, it's not what you think it will look like in the beginning. There's a lot of things that catch you off guard. It takes a lot longer than you think. I genuinely did not think it would take this long and it would be this fucking hard. And I didn't think that I had this much in me either. And that's also part of the journey. And there is this thing, it's a rubber band principle. It's like God pulls you back, and the further back you're pulled, the further you can go. You're right. Like you pull a slingshot and you let it go. It obviously the distance is equivalent to how much you pulled it back, and that's kind of what it's like. You start your journey, you get some beginner's luck, and I'm talking about if you're fulfilling your destiny. When you fulfill your destiny, you're doing the thing that you're meant to do. Your one soul's purpose here, and nobody can beat you in it. And when you're doing that thing, it's a big fucking journey. It's a quest, and you go on that, and you have to go all the way back. And I don't know what it's called. I think it's polarity principle or something, but essentially you have to have the bad extremes of everything first. And some people get it in childhood early, like teens or whatever, when they go through it. It depends, I guess, mostly on when you start your journey, but everybody has to go through it. You have to experience the absolute opposite of whatever it is that you want in life. You want a lot of wealth, you have to experience poverty. You want to have a big family and like a lot of friends and a lot of connection, a lot of love. You're going to experience a lot of loneliness, a lot of sadness, disappointments, betrayals, all that. You want a lot of you're going to be a very powerful man or woman. You're going to experience a lot of powerlessness, and abuse, and just toxic, a lot of bullshit. You know, you want to be a protector, a defender, the guy that keeps the enemies at bay. You want to be the guy who fights off the bullies. You want to be the guy that protects everyone. You want to be a king. You're gonna have to deal with tyrants and fucking psychos and evil people and manipulation and all sorts of toxic shit at a level. And there are so many levels to this, bro. Like, I know I'm a warrior, but there are a lot of men that have been through far worse than me, and there are far hardcore, more hardcore warriors than me. And I'm talking about special forces soldiers, CIA type guys. I'm talking even pro athletes, maybe even entrepreneurs. There are levels above me, guys who grew up under extremely hard conditions, extremely rough neighborhoods. And there's there is always people who have had it further, like better and worse than you. It's all relative, but whatever it is that you are meant to do, if you are going on your destiny and your purpose, God will take you to the exact opposite side. So you can almost take some faith in that. And when you're going through really bad things, if you're on the right path and you're going in the right direction, if when you go opposite like that, you start feeling like, what the fuck is happening. You can kind of think of it like you're getting loaded up. You have to experience all these things. You have to see the dark before the light. The dark always comes first and then comes the light. So you see all these, and then he lets you off into that heaven like vision. And when you're going through that hell, and it really does feel like hell, it can be extreme levels of isolation, pain, betrayals, abuse, poverty, nothing working out, failure after failure after failure, disappointments, just losing all your friends, losing all your loved ones, health issues, family dramas. It can literally be a combination of anything. It can be all of it. It can be everything, everything, everywhere, all at once. It can be fucking all. But every single thing you go through, it kind of creates like this beautiful cocktail of pain. It really is a beautiful cocktail of pain that you can then harness and channel into your work. You can then channel into your sports. You can channel into your art. I know that every single piece of art I make is an amalgamation of all the bad experiences I've gone through in my life, and all the darkness inside me, and all the good sides. But nothing is complete without the dark aspects. can't discredit it. Everybody has a dark side. Every life has a dark side. Business has a dark side. Business has a really dark side, and you have to kind of experience and go through all of it, and then you can come and sit. You can't just be king on the first day. Like, I see it so much today. Like, all the kids, everybody wants to like get like some crypto pump or some e-commerce dropshipping store, and they want to go on this like 0 to million and 10 million. And I get it, I completely understand it. I was like that, and in retrospect, I'm really grateful. Like, my years of struggle already looks beautiful to me. I know when I'm like 30 and 40, it's going to look even more beautiful. But as of now, I feel like even when I was going through it, I would remind myself of these things, and I'm like, bro, this is where you're being built. This is where you're becoming a fucking warrior. This is where you're becoming a fucking dog fighter. After this, nobody can do anything to you. You're a monster. Like, you can fucking gut your enemies, like crush all of them, and that's how I feel now. And I wouldn't have had that. I wouldn't have had that feeling of like I can handle anything in life, no matter what happens, without the dark, without being there in the deep end. And it's unlucky. It's almost like a curse for everything to go perfectly on your first try, because if everything always went well and then you lose everything at like age 30 or 35, you're finished, man. Like, you're really fucking finished. You don't know how to come back up. You can't handle, you don't see it coming. You don't understand why all your friends abandoned you when you lost your money. You don't understand why your business went to shit after you got divorced. You don't know why all this is happening. But me, I know why. I know how this links to that. I know what could happen. This can happen. Even if I lose everything, 2, 3 years, 3 years, 5 years, I'll be back, and I'll then go up again. And I'll always play this game because I've had it so rough. Like, I have an opportunity to become the best, because becoming the best is playing the game for so long. Being outlasting everyone, and I know I can do that because I'm playing it for so long, right? And I really hope you guys like see these things and like just understand that all the bad things that are happening in your life really have a purpose. And I hope you're not creating it unnecessarily. It's not that, but journey really tests you. It takes a big piece out of you, and through it all, you have to keep working no matter what. Never stop working, never stop learning, because the second you stop, it's like you're telling the universe, like, hey, it's too much for me. I can't handle this. I can't handle this pressure. I can't pay the price for greatness. I can't pay the price for my delusion. And you can't be like that. You have to fucking be there always, like ready, like always ready. I'm here, bro. I'm here, like ready, like win or lose, fucking win, like live or die. It doesn't matter. I'm here. I'm here always. Just give me a shot. Just give me a shot. And you show that over a long enough period, it just comes like it just loads up. It all compounds. You work, nothing, and then fifth year, boom, and then you're like, whoa, whoa, what just happened? And you're like suddenly like the biggest thing on the planet. And Jeff Bezos has a quote about this, and it's damn true. 5 years, 6 years into my 5 years into my journey, exact bang on actually, I like exploded with like skills and talents, and now all my peers are like, "Whoa, who is this guy?" And even I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And that's it. Like, it just that hell really like shapes you, and if you just keep persisting. And I made another video on this. You can watch it. It's called "Stick to Itiveness: The Most Important Quality for Success." Killer mindset, something like that. You can watch it, and it talks about why you should stick to it, because when it doesn't look like anything on the outside, like it's just these tiny compounding efforts that really come up together suddenly like a waterfall. So just show up every single day, and if you just keep showing up, it's gonna keep building. And what happens, the main thing that happens to people is as they're going on this journey, and it really feels like hell. So many times you will be like, what does this have to do with my fucking dream? I just want to have an e-commerce brand. I just want to have like a clothing brand. I just want to have a supplement company. I just want to open a gym. What does me going through all this bullshit have to do with anything? And the answer for that is because God has something better planned for you. The universe really has something better planned for you. No matter how beautiful your dream looks inside your head, it's better. it absolutely is better. And I can say that now with a little bit of confidence, because what popped out of me in the fifth year, what burst out of me, it sounds a little bit weird, but it's like whatever came out was so much better and so much more like beautiful and intricate and crazy, and all the things like I'm able to do now, that, and all the way I think, the way I feel, like how I feel composed, all of this is just so much better than I ever hoped. And that means that when it happens again, in 3 years, in 5 years, when that second round comes, not for the art side, but for the business side, when it does come, and when it comes for my physique and everything, when the whole life comes together, it's gonna be better than I ever imagined. It's gonna be better than you ever imagined. It has to be. There's no other option. Like, it has to be. And so just don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Don't lose conviction. Don't forget your delusion, and don't stop being delusional, because it will be maddening. You will feel psychotic. You will feel crazy. You will have every reason to stop. You will have no reasons to continue. You might not have any means to continue. Really, you just have to draw a line in the sand and drag yourself there, crawl there, and fucking drink your own piss and drink your own fucking saliva. Just whatever, just survive, bro. Like, just you need to be hardcore. Like, maybe this level of hardcoreness is not fucking relatable to a lot of people, but this is how I have survived in my journey. So you can probably kind of gauge through what I've been through, and some people will be able to see the darkness in my eyes. But I'm a nice guy. Don't worry, chill. But you need to fucking never lose hope and faith. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people, is you tend to go on this journey and it's way harder than you expected. It makes no fucking sense. Nobody's supporting you, and you're like, bro, my life, like, I might die, or like, if I take a plan B now, if I just start working a job or something, if I just forget this and I try to like find my footing and find a normal life, I'll maybe able to do it some other time. I'll come back to it, or it's this is not for me right now. Maybe I'll find something else. All those doubts are like gonna plague your mind, but you need to like really, really, really just trust your heart. Like, even if that little voice is there, like tiny, it's gonna be really fucking, it's like subtle. It's gonna say like, just trust me, just try, just take a leap of faith again. I know you did it 100 times already. I know every single time you've fucking fallen right on your face and like you've lost everything. But one more time, this one might be it. Like, it really is like that. And you take it, and you might fall again, but you just fool yourself, you delude yourself, you really just delude yourself that if I take one more step, I will win. And that's what I've done. Just find an excuse to win. It's just I've I I I guess I was applying that philosophy without knowing it. I just kept telling myself like, bro, the next one, that's when you win. The next one, that's when you win. And I kept doing it again and again and again and again. And now I feel like a winner, and I am a winner, and I'm always gonna be a winner, and we're gonna be doing a lot of winning. But so that's it, and it's like the road from the road to your dreams. It's like it feels like hell, and the opposite of that is that the road to hell feels like heaven. And this is what like religion and like Christianity and enlightenment, all these Buddhist teachings and all the mystical teachings, is like the narrow path, the chosen one, the few, like all these. We have these like 1%er, the glitch in the matrix, all these analogies, right? Now, all it is saying is that if you are gonna be part of the crowd, you need to be like those memes. You need to be that one guy standing against the crowd. You need to be that shark when there's all this fish. You need to be that pawn that looks in the mirror and sees a king. It really is just that. That's delusion. Looking in the fucking mirror, and you're a little cat right now, but you see a fucking lion. You see like saber-toothed tiger. You need to see that. And you go through this journey, and you gotta make sure that you're worthy. And on this path, like too many people like get distracted. They get cheated on in a relationship, and then they start becoming a cheater. and they start going that way. And then what happens? They start going sleep, doing naughty shit and bad shit, and then they start getting into alcohol, and then they start getting into drugs, and then this habit happens, that happens, boom, finish, over. They get stolen from a business, and they like money lose something, and they're like, oh man, everybody's like this in business. You have to be a wolf to survive. You have to be this to do that, and there is a balance. You need to be a fucking warrior, but you need to have integrity. And having high integrity, high loyalty, high sincerity, pure heart, having all the good things while being formidable. It's not just like, no, I'm always the bigger person. You can do everything, whatever you want. No, I'm not. I'm afraid to say the truth. Oh no, it's they're not the right time to say it. You can use all these excuses to mask your cowardice, and you can mask your fear, and you can do all this. But that's going to make you a bad friend, a bad leader, not a leader at all, not a good warrior, not a good dreamer, nothing. You need to have the pure heart, and you need to have the fucking viciousness. You need to have that teeth. When people fuck with you, you fuck them back. You need to be a fighter, and you need to fucking. If somebody hits you hard, you hit them back twice as hard. They hit you 3 times as hard, you hit them back 4 times as hard. You keep going, and because warriors are like that, it's attack, counter attack. But you can't do it by becoming unscrupulous and dishonorable and disloyal and becoming a total cheat and just bad, like cynical and hateful and resentful and bitter. I'm not saying that. You need to have that balance. You need to have pure heart, happy, brave, like just beaming with energy, real aura, real authentic energy, real like the meek shall inherit the earth type shit. And it really is that, bro. It really is that. That's my personal experience. This is the philosophy I live by. One of the core paradigms I live by in life is be worthy. It really is, for me, is be delusional and be worthy. Be worthy is something I don't talk about as much because it's about being worthy. For me, it's not about talking about it. And there are times like this when I will talk about it because I feel like there's too many guys fucking preaching bullshit advice like, nah, the life is this. And especially in like the dating community, all the coaches are just guys that got cheated on and they just can't find the light. Even in like business world, you see a lot of just like bad advice that you don't see how it comes up and compounds for you and for others, and 40 steps ahead what happens. I was watching one of the podcasts from like an Indian entrepreneur. They were like a bunch of consultants, and they said money compounds hard, but reputation compounds harder. Some consultant from McKinsey or something, I don't know, but I really like that one, so I thought I'll say that. So you need to understand that while you're going through hell, just know that you're not meant to be there. You're not supposed to belong there. You don't lose hope while you're going through it. That's my point. You remember that the angels are waiting for you and they're with you. All the archangels and all the angels are with you while you're going through hell. And you keep the light there, and they're guiding you, they're protecting you, and you just go and go. And when you reach the end, you'll understand. It'll all make sense. And that brings me to my final point is that when you reach the end, which I haven't yet, I don't know. For me, it's gonna be maybe a year, maybe. Sorry, I dropped my cap. It's gonna be maybe a year, maybe 6 months. I don't think it'll be. Actually, it's hard to say. For me, I think it'll be like a few months before I have like more understanding of where I'm gonna go, and like a better, clear understanding of how the next few years are gonna play out. But 3 to 5 years is, it's weird for me to say this now, but I'm so comfortable with the timeline being longer, even though this whole overnight success in 10 years thing is there, and I want to make it as early as possible, obviously. But I'm so patient now and I'm so comfortable now because I've spent so much time here where I'm like, I don't mind playing this slower, but the main thing is for you to keep that vision and not forget about it. Like, that's what I'm working on right now is just who is that ideal version, who is living the dream life who is Kevin Jones as a multi-millionaire fashion brand owner with stores all over India, all over the world, who has sales everywhere. Like, what does that guy do? How does he think? How does he act? How does he feel? how does his life look, and keeping that vision always top of mind and going to it again and again, visualizing it, playing mental rehearsal, and just bringing that into your reality in every way. You go to YouTube and watch what people in that life would be doing. Watch all those entrepreneurs who, like, if you're a real estate guy and you want to be a real estate like broker or something, watch all the best brokers are doing. Watch like Ines Yilmazir, that guy. I watch his videos because I'm like, I don't want to be a real estate broker, but I want to buy one of the houses that he's selling. I want that kind of money. I want to have that kind of dreams. Like, that's the kind of life I want to live. He shows all these places in Dubai, and I watch all these like vloggers who are like in Dubai who are living there, and I'm like, oh, he did this in this hotel. I wouldn't stay there. Like, pick these things, and I'm doing it unfortunately because while I'm here, there's nothing else for me. There's no place for me to go and visit. I'm in like a rural village in India. Everything closes here at 5 p.m. There's only 5 shops here. It's like Milkman, a barber, which is a like tragic one. Like milk. There's nothing else. There opens 2 times a day. Post office, India Post. Like, it's just a tiny village with nothing is there. Nothing happens here. So I have to use whatever I can to keep that vision on top of my mind, and you have to bulletproof that vision, like bang it with a nail inside your head and never forget it, because every step of the journey you will be tempted to forget it, and many times the journey will trick you into thinking that the vision is not that, it's this, and then it will be like, nah, it's not that, it's this. But that overall vision that you have in your life, you just have to keep that there and release all the attachment you have about the journey. Forget about how you get there and where you have to go and how it's going to come back, but keep that vision, that heaven for you, because like, don't lose the faith and conviction needed to continue, and don't lose the heart and the purity you need to actually enjoy it when you reach that vision. Like, that's the most important thing, and that's one of my fears right now as well. I'm going to be honest about it, is because I've had so many disappointments and so many failures and so many problems in my life, especially in the personal side, where I'm like, bro, even if I make like the money and I make the business, what if I lose it again? What if it fails? What if it's not profitable? And what if like the office is not good, or like all these problems I'm thinking of, right? The business side, and I'm like, what if I figure all this out and by then I have to like get married? I never had any 20s. I never had a social life. I've not been traveling on holidays. I've not been like camping, driving, doing all this shit with friends, and like going to like all the people that work 9 to 5s and like what do you say, go to college and stuff, bro. These people like Coachella and concerts and like raves and beaches and dating and like hanging out, weekends with the family, weekends with the friends. I've had none of this, and it's been like 6, 7 years, maybe, yeah, 7 years pretty much. So obviously I want all of it. I'm a human being. I'm hardcore, but I'm still a human being, and like I need all of this. And I also want to get married by a certain age. So before I get all that, I'm like, bro, I want to get like my young boy life. Like, I want to live that. I want to like hang out, have boys trips, and like do all these things. But I kind of had to say goodbye to all my friends, and I lost my old circle, the ones that were keeping me back, the ones that weren't up to my standards in competence or character. I've let it go. I've cleaned the slate. I have a chance to find the people that are at the new me, the new identity, and I have the chance to reconnect with some people from the old life. How will all of that come back? All these fears, and that's really what happens when you go through this. Like, will I make it? Will it be worth it if I do make it? How will it all work out? And I don't have the answer to that. This last point is where I am right now and where I am struggling also. So yeah, I guess just never lose faith, and I guess this is for me also a test of being delusional. It's, I'm gonna just believe that like I'm gonna find like the perfect friends, the perfect mentors, the perfect like business contracts, the perfect house, the perfect everything. Like, it's all going to come. I'm just going to believe it, visualize it, and do the work necessary. I'm going to read the right books to learn about networking, learn about like dating, learn about leadership, negotiation, communication, whatever I can do to get to that life and make that life a reality, because don't get me wrong, like I want you to be delusional, I don't want you to be delusional. It takes an ungodly amount of work. It's not just believing everything here and then like bah, it happens. Fuck no, obviously not. Believe and then make it happen. So that's it for this video. The road to heaven does feel like hell, but if you persevere, it will come together. I promise you. And hopefully, in a few years, you can see this video, and I will have like it won't be just this white wall and like shitty face talking videos. It will be with me with a nice office, and you'll see my car and a nice view in the apartment, and there will be a lot more moving parts in the videos, and it'll be like real vlogs and like real high quality stuff, and you will see that the heaven finally comes, and when it does come, it's there to stay. It really is there to stay, and you never let go of it. And that's it. So stay strong, boys. Take care.